Like,
Yeah.
and you kind of get their point because it's like this is not all, or like the New Republic and like the Civil War and all this just
It's
constant
not what it's
stuff. Like
cracked
it,
up to be. We're pre-show now, just so you know. We kicked in right around the time you were justifying the existence of the Empire, so that'll be great. Like, listen, sometimes, like, the senator from Naboo, you know, maybe he had a point. Or the... Yeah, wasn't Palpatine also... Not a senator, but he was an ambassador
yeah,
from Naboo, right? Okay.
no, he was the senator,
All right, he was a senator. Okay.
and then Padme had that job, and then
Mm,
Jar Jar became the stand-in while Padme was like
right.
under like
Right.
protective custody and couldn't appear in the Senate.
Right. Okay,
Lisa
yes. So...
declare that the Galactic Senate give
Emergency powers to Palpatine. I love the dark...
real quick. But
Okay. Sorry we're a little late, ladies and gentlemen. We, of course, it's the summertime, which means Max and I have lives again. And last week I had a little bit of a scheduling conflict. And of course, some things happened. Nothing too major, I don't think. There was the Chinese visit. There were some significant court cases we're going to talk about. We are, of course, going to bring up Massey getting primaried out of Kentucky, which sucks, but I'm sure Max will agree. We definitely got to talk about that. Yeah. All right. So I was just giving every single individual, the one who's in the watching right now, a lowdown of what we're talking about. And I actually think we could probably start with, I'm sure you know by now, I think you posted about it. Unfortunately, Thomas Massey lost his primary in Kentucky.
yeah, I
Yeah.
honestly, that's like the biggest news to me
Yeah.
in the current
So
moment.
Massey did say that if he ran into a wall, that he was going to release a lot of documents involving the Epstein files, a lot of names that had been redacted. So I'm curious to see if this counts as the wall he's talking about. Because at this point, you really don't have anything to lose. Like, the Israeli lobby has exposed itself really hard and has just primaried you out of a seat that you have won. How many times has he been?
Times in a row.
14 times in a row. And you had a great approval rating. But...
Or 14 years in a row.
14 years in a row. Yeah.
So 7 times.
7 times, okay. But you criticize Israel a little bit and you question Trump and you gotta go. So that's that. And there's like, I've seen people saying like, oh, he should run as an independent or something like that. I could see him doing that. But right now,
just hop on the LP ticket if you
want. He could talk on the LP ticket. Hop on, the LP ticket. But I'm really more interested to see if he's actually going to do anything like he said.
Yeah, I think here's the deal. He only got primaried for the upcoming election to stand as a Republican.
Okay.
Right?
So yeah, he could still run and he's still serving, obviously.
He's got 7 months of still being a congressperson.
Yeah.
And he's got he can totally just run as, like you said, an independent or as join the Libertarian Party. Or I think he actually is a member of the Libertarian Party, but he could announce his candidacy for the general election as part of the Libertarian Party. And I think in Kentucky they have ballot access.
They do.
They wouldn't really have to do much.
I'm sorry, I just saw your post about don't think of it as a loss of losing a congressman. Think of it as gaining a podcaster.
Yes.
Thomas Massey, come on our show. Let fly the Ancapistan flag. Do it. Do it. Just think of us as Ron Paul alkalites. Just think of it like that.
Yeah, we're in the, you know, if we had a different gender, we could be that intern that you hit up, you know.
Yeah, like, exactly. Whatever. Yeah, whatever. So Max, what if we were girls, man? Like, you'd be right.
Well, no, there's that joke that like Thomas Massey, like 20 minutes after his wife died.
Oh yeah, right.
The Ron Paul.
So yeah, he's gonna get divorced, and then he's gonna come on the show, and he's gonna go. So, how's Yimmer doing? How's he been? We haven't seen him in a while. You got his number? Can I get that? I just want to text him, make sure he's okay.
Speaking of Yimra, the court ruled that not all of the evidence that was recovered in the backpack
Oh, for Luigi?
uh for Luigi Yimra
Of course,
can be
yeah.
used in the in the trial. That's why he's been gone, really,
That's
because
exactly what it is. This entire time, Yimmer has actually been Luigi
he's been
Mangione.
held at Rikers.
He's been held at Rikers. They don't let him have internet access that much. But yeah, so I saw that. They ruled that most of the evidence in the backpack is not admissible, but some of it is. And some of it also happens to be the handgun, which is kind of like, all right. Because they said the
Well,
magazine wasn't admissible, but the gun was. So, okay, maybe the magazine's out of the gun, but I'm
no,
just
no,
like,
no.
how?
They are saying, okay, this is wild.
Yeah,
The gun and the manifesto are being allowed
okay,
as as part of the evidence, and the ammo, computer chip, and cell phone and wallet will be excluded.
interesting. Why is the ammo excluded?
Yeah,
That's odd.
like I'm trying to square out because it's like you're giving like maybe three potential openings for the defense. You
Yeah.
could say, "Oh, this wasn't the actual ammunition used in the assassination. He just happened to have the exact same firearm on him." B, um, the all of this is superfluous, or is not actually stuff that was found on him.
Mm-hmm.
His cell phone and his wallet were planted within the backpack
Ah.
because they're giving that opportunity to say, like, his cell phone and wallet were found in the backpack, right?
Mm-hmm. I
And
guess.
they're saying that's not admissible evidence. So they're saying to the defense, hey, they planted something in the backpack, his cell phone and his wallet in the backpack. The
Oh.
backpack is totally just fabricated. They found the backpack of the killer probably dropped a block away. And then they found him, and then they took his wallet and his cell phone and just put it in the thing, and then said when they
Mm-hmm.
searched it. That would be I
Interesting.
that's where I would go with either of those two things in the defense. Um, I'm really curious about the loaded magazine slash ammo
Yeah.
angle. How that's not part of the evidence? That's wild.
That is wild. Like, if again, like, it's possible the magazine and the gun were separated for some reason. And, like, maybe the gun got dumped somewhere or the magazine did or something. But also, like, all right, let's say when they found him, he didn't have the gun or the manifesto, but he had the magazine. Maybe he had the magazine. He's got his wallet on him. He's got whatever else. I just don't. It's okay. So they're separate. They were maybe if they were found at the same time. Again, why are you admitting the gun but not the ammunition? Like, there needs to be a technical explanation there. Like, you can't prove the ammunition is fired out of the gun, or you can't prove the magazine actually goes to the firearm. I mean, this is the thing. His firearm was allegedly it was one of those slide locking B&T integrally suppressed handguns, if I'm remembering correctly.
No, well, okay, the video is grainy. You
Yeah,
can't really tell what gun it is, but what does happen is that it does not cycle properly.
correct.
If it's not a B&T VP9,
Mm-hmm.
which is a manually operated pistol, so
Mm-hmm.
that you can shoot and not have to, and it's quiet, or there's no back pressure.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't cycle the gun. You have to manually cycle it.
Mm-hmm.
It's called the veterinary pistol, but it's based on
Yeah.
a British design for OSS
Mm-hmm. The well
guys.
rod.
Well, Rod, I
But
think if it makes sense to me more that it just had a 3D printed like suppressor on it without a Nelson device, and it didn't cycle properly.
that's also very possible. I mean, I'm also looking at this too. So I'm looking at the model allegedly that was used with the B&T Station 6 is like the current on the market iteration of it. And I'm going to screen share real quick just so y'all can see what I'm looking at. Because this magazine isn't like, it's not like a semi universal or like, like Glock mags can take Glocks, or Glocks can take most Glock mags if it's all chambered in 9 or something like that. Like, this is a very specific magazine to this gun. Okay, this picture will do. You guys will be able to see good enough.
Okay.
Oh, where am I going? Hold on. Sorry. Boomer moment. Stand by. Open image, new tab. There we go. Okay. Switching over. Got it. Okay. So this is the VP9. Damn it. Okay,
Yeah.
all that work. But the Station 6, this right there.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, it's actually a bolt action pistol. So
It
you actually
is.
have to do a rotating action to unlock the breech and then
Exactly, yeah.
extract the cartridge and then bolt it forward and then lock it.
Which in the video,
Um,
again, like, it's been a minute since I've seen the video, but like, he is like, every time he's shooting, he is like reaching up to cycle the handgun. So like that,
yeah, but it's just a straight pull.
yeah. Let me see. There's one with the
Now the thing
magazine.
is, in the shooting, like the backpack is gray, borderline white,
Mm-hmm.
and the backpack that they show in the evidence is black.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of those things in like CCTV footage, depending on the lighting. If it was black and it was catching light at the right angle, it might appear gray. Like, it's close enough. It's like,
Uh,
eh.
but he's like wearing black,
Mm-hmm.
whoever the shooter is, and like shouldn't his clothes look the same color as the
All right, hang on.
backpack?
I'm gonna have to pull this video up. It's been too long since I've seen
I
this.
I have it right here. Like
Okay.
let me show.
All right.
I can show it.
Okay, your turn.
Like
Hang on.
it's kind of morbid. I kind of hate showing stuff like this.
Yeah, I mean, we could just show like a single frame if it's a clear shot of him. We don't actually have to see the
Yeah.
shooting.
Okay. So I'll pause it before
Okay.
stuff starts. Well, I mean, to be fair, like we were talking about cycling the pistol. So
All right.
here.
All right. Yeah, whatever. Buckle
All
up,
right.
ladies and gentlemen.
So
You're about to watch someone die.
can you see it?
Yes. Okay, never
So
mind. Yeah, that's
that that
white.
backpack does not match at all the
No.
backpack
Okay, hang on.
that they're showing as evidence. And I don't see him rotating the bolt. He's just drawing it backwards.
Hang on. Play it
But
one more time.
anyway, so
One
that
more time.
matches a Glock. So,
Okay,
but
yeah.
yeah, here's the backpack they say in evidence. Like that's clearly very black. Like I
Yeah.
know it's a reflective like plastic, but like
I mean, this is
here in the
also his.
CCTV.
Okay, yep, keep
But
going.
that's look that.
Yeah, no,
Come
that's
on,
clearly not
that's
the
not
same
the
bag.
same backpack.
I can't. So here's the thing. Let it keep going.
Yeah, I'm pausing it too.
It's hard to tell if it is just a straight back motion. Because if you practice with that, like a straight back
You can
and
do it.
having,
You can do it quick.
yeah, like a little
Sure.
rotation. Oh, he's getting manhandled up there. What the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that's
So yeah,
whatever.
I just like this backpack does not match at
No,
all.
clearly not. Clearly not.
And it's like, why would he travel 200 miles with the backpack he committed the assassination with? Like,
That's fair
that's
enough. But that also begs the question. Okay, he
this
switched.
guy is a computer programmer. He's the only person who made Civilization 7 playable.
Exactly.
And
Well, no, Civilization 7 isn't the playable version. He fixed 6.
he fixed 6. Yeah, that's right.
Such as the magazine, cell phone, wallet are not admissible. What the fuck? All right, whatever.
yeah, it's just bizarre.
It is
doesn't
bizarre.
make sense.
It's not open and
So
shut like the Zimmerman case.
no, I mean, like to me, I'm still not 100% convinced that like it was even Luigi that
No, that's
did
fair.
this.
That's fair.
I like I understand that there's a motive and I understand that there's circumstantial parts to like, oh, maybe like he was the one doing it or something like that, but at a certain rate,
It's
like
just, yeah.
I the cops have mishandled this to the point that like you might get an OJ.
You might. This is very true. I mean, it'll also kind of depend on the jury because, like, I don't know. I just don't know. Like, I would actually have to wait until the actual trial proceedings go on, and like maybe are they going to televise it? Is there any word about that? Because like
It looks like elements of the trial are getting televised.
okay, because I remember
Yeah.
like literally being on 4chan during like the Zimmerman trial, for example. It was quite interesting to see people reacting to stuff, especially when like the verdicts came in. But
Yeah.
this would be like one of those things where if this was like on TV or being streamed, probably everybody would be watching it. Like it would maybe not as big as the Super Bowl, but like internationally, I'd say you'd get a viewing that would rival a lot of professional sports events. Like I don't think that'd be an unreasonable
Oh, totally.
estimation at all.
I mean, if there's like a YouTube stream, like they'll definitely. But the thing is, like, this was just like a preliminary, like evidence,
Yeah, this is
like
it's pre-trial.
admissible
Yeah.
evidence trial,
Mhm.
pretrial stuff. So, like, it's only gonna be like, short hearing,
Mhm.
and it might. It's one of those things where it's not like we're actually going through like presentation of evidence to the juries and stuff like that. Like when we get to that point, like yeah, it's going to
Yeah.
be like a Zimmerman slash like Rittenhouse style trial where like
Yeah.
everybody's watching.
Which we should
But at a certain
probably live
point,
stream that ourselves. That would probably be good for the show. Maybe.
like at a certain point, like trial, like they're every year or two, it feels like there's like a big trial to
Hmm.
watch. But then most of the time when there's enough public scrutiny on a trial, like I feel like we get 9 out of 10 times the correct answer.
Hmm.
But like juries are just becoming less reliable
Yeah.
these days. I hate to say that like our ancient Anglo-Saxon right of a trial by jury should be abolished or anything like that, but it's very specific that we should have a trial of jury by our peers.
Imagine, if you
And
will, a world in which a trial of your peers means a trial by a group of 12 individuals whose primary peers are artificial intelligence programs on the internet. How can you truly have a fair trial if if the people deciding your trial aren't even human? That is something you may find out in the Twilight Zone.
or
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
your jury is composed full of people who can't really describe how they would feel if they hadn't had breakfast.
That too. That should be like when they're interviewing people for juries. Like that should be a question. Like, did you have breakfast this morning? Why, yes, I did. Did you? Can you imagine what it would feel like? Okay, imagine if you had not had breakfast this morning. Tell us how you would feel. Well, I just told you I had breakfast this morning. No, but like imagine you hadn't. Like, how would you feel? But I did have breakfast. Next.
All
Or
right,
hang
unable
on,
to
hang on, hang
engage
on.
in hypotheticals.
But if you're see, this is the thing. In this case, would you want no, as the prosecutor, you'd probably want the idiot. So the prosecutor would be like, so you can't imagine what it would be like if you had breakfast this morning? No? Okay. You know what? We're gonna move you along. You can
Yep.
stay.
But the defense has the final right of refusal against
True.
jurors.
True.
It's typically how it's supposed to be.
Hmm.
But yeah, I don't know how most jury trials actually proceed these days. Like
Yeah.
it's kind
It's
of a wash.
the last major thing I looked at from a trial update was clavicular getting mogged by the judge in his own trial. That's the closest thing. I'm gonna pull it up real quick. We forgot to do the intro, but we're already 30 minutes in, so fuck it, we're not doing the intro. Welcome to the Anti-Happening Podcast, everyone. It's episode 211, and we've been running with it. So we talked a little bit about Massey, we talked a little bit about Star Wars, we talked about Luigi, we talked about Yimra. That's right. Massey segued into Yimra because Massey was hitting up Yimra for some fun. So now I am pulling up clavicular getting mogged by judge. Wow, that popped right up. I just typed clavicular getting mogged by judge. Oh, okay, perfect, excellent.
Uh,
Oh boy, this is whew, open image in new tab. Oh, of course. Great picture. Oh, sorry. No, this is 200 pixels. Oh, jeez. Okay, hang on. There's two here. We've got World War II soldiers reading newspapers that say clavicular mogged. And then you have. All right, hang on. I can't explain this. I just have to show it. Okay, so this is. Forgive me for going to Reddit, but that's where I'm getting my source here. So that's clavicular getting mogged by his judge. That is a. Here's the thing. That is a handsome man. Like, and then we have this.
They did the full analysis.
Oh yeah, hang on. Let's enhance here. Overall facial symmetry analysis 8.4 out of 10.
Okay. Wait for a minute. They didn't follow his jawline accurately
No,
because
they
he's
did
got
not.
even squarer jaw than what they're depicting right here.
Mm-hmm. Oh my
Um,
god.
and like I don't know who slapped that together just for a meme, but like
You could have
the
tried a little
squareness
harder.
the squareness of the jaw of that judge is it's like this guy's never eaten um like cereal in his life.
No, absolutely not. This
Only
man
been
was
gnawing on like raw T-bones
he
since he
was
was an infant,
he was given
and he's
beef
developed
jerky from
that.
right out of the womb.
Yeah. Speaking of trials and juries, and stuff like that,
And
and
court
bail,
cases and bail.
I think bail is one of the interesting questions that's also going on.
Are you
Wait,
discussing
before I go to this, actually, what is even the case against
Shut the Builder?
clavicular
Oh,
about?
clavicular? Clavicular, let me see. Hang on. Clavicular. I don't know. I think it's animal abuse, actually.
Is it because he shot like a crocodile or
I think
something?
so. Hang on. Okay, yeah, so it's allegedly animal cruelty against an alligator, but he only got 6 months of probation.
So wait, that it's over? Like
Yeah,
that everything's okay.
yeah,
All
six
right.
months of probation.
Well, I feel like that is weird, but probably like it's a first time offense, isn't it?
It is, but also like, see, this is one of those things where cruelty to animals, usually almost in all cases, immediately precedes cruelty to humans. Like this is what serial
Yeah.
killers do before they start doing it
Oh,
to people.
absolutely. Totally. I just think like maybe we should have a category for mammals and
And reptiles.
reptiles.
Yes, okay, that's true. Also, I
But
feel like it's
I know
different
that's
too.
totally arbitrary,
It
but
is.
like
Well, I
if
mean,
like if
think
you
about
see
it though.
somebody like brutally torturing a bunny rabbit,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
um
Like, if he was like beating a rabbit to death with a hammer for like content, that'd be completely different than him shooting an alligator because an alligator can be a pest animal and it can kill you. But also, if
yeah.
you don't fuck with it, it probably won't.
Yeah.
Like,
That's the thing.
usually,
Like
if you
it
get
was
killed,
it was
but
definitely like an unnecessary killing that was done for commercial gain
exactly, yeah,
on like a stream.
yeah,
And for that, I'm like, that's not sportsmanlike and that's
no, not at
not
all.
honorable.
Mm-mm.
And I think, yeah, that's
I
not
think
something to be smiled upon
his punishment.
by any stretch.
Did you ever watch the old Jackass movies?
No.
There
I've
is
seen clips,
one. I'm
but
pretty sure it's from one of the movies and not the show, but it's one where they have like there's like a big alligator pit at a zoo somewhere, and like
mm,
Steve-O is like on a tightrope, like upside down, like going back and forth, and he's wearing like a jock strap, but he has like chunks of like raw chicken and shit hanging out of it. So the alligators are like jumping up at like the raw chicken, and he's like trying to crawl back and forth, and he's like freaking out, and everyone's laughing. I think he should probably have to do that.
okay.
um I would say
Yeah,
five.
we need
That
it. I don't think cruel and unusual punishments excludes, like, very fitting punishments.
Exactly. Like,
You know what
here's
I
the thing:
mean?
if he were to fall into the enclosure, he would be saved. Like, there would be trained professionals nearby, like they were with Steve-O, to do their best to save his life. But I think for 6 months, for every weekend, his Saturday and Sunday should be spent at the zoo, providing entertainment for others doing that. That's what I think.
Or the crocodile farm or
Or the
whatever it is.
crocodile farm. Or Steve Irwin's kids get to beat him up with sticks for an hour. Not like really hard sticks. Like maybe like a switch. That's no bigger than like, 2 fingers or 1 finger. I don't know. Was the rule of thumb that they said like is like a false myth about like
Yeah.
the
How
switch.
big of a switch you could cut off a tree to whip somebody with.
Exactly. Yeah. So maybe we could bring that back for this. Go get a switch. Rule of thumb. Have at it.
Well, caning in, Singapore
Mm-hmm.
is actually a pretty effective punishment.
Yeah, that's not that us as anarchists are advocating, corporal punishment by the state, but caning could be worse, but it's effective.
I
Nobody
I
wants to
think
get caned.
caning no, caning from family members against the convicted would probably be just fine.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
um, like there was a case recently where like a dad was he was sitting at the sentencing hearing
Mhm.
for a guy who was drunk driving and killed his grand
I
his
remember this.
parents and his kid.
Yeah,
And he threw a chair at the judge.
because she tried giving him like
And
12 months of probation or something
yeah,
like that. Super light.
no, it was 180 days of probation.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. And he throws I remember seeing this, like it's been circling a lot lately, but he throws the judge at the chair, and this was in Holland. I think this was a Dutch thing, but
No, I thought it was in the US.
I thought it was in Europe somewhere, but I heard that there was like other courts that reviewed the decision and overturned it, and they were like, yeah, that was way too light of a sentence. So there's at least that. Dude, I don't think I could stop at throwing the chair. Like in Minecraft, I think I would be going to jail for killing the judge. If somebody killed my like let's
Oh, you're
yeah my
right. It
family
was a
like
Dutch.
okay.
It was a Dutch courtroom.
But yeah, dude, somebody kills my family in a drunk driving accident and they get 180 hours of like community service. I am
It was
killing the judge.
120 hours of
Sorry,
community service.
120 hours of community service. I am killing the judge. I am grabbing the gun from the bailiff. I am
That's
shooting the judge and the fucking dude who killed
3
my
weeks
family.
of full-time labor
Yeah, that's it. That's one
to
week for
kill
each person you
to kill
killed.
3 of my family members.
Yeah.
Uh,
All right. What else? Okay.
yeah,
So
it reminds me of going back to the French, sentencing where, like, the gal just pulls out the pistol and shoots the guy.
yeah, the guy who raped her daughter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, "Okay,
And then
justified."
you have the American case where there was that one dad who like was waiting in like the public phones, and the dude who
Terry
molested
Pratchett.
Terry Pratchett, yeah, like just whips around, boom, just headshot with a 38 snub.
See, the thing is, like, there was nominally, like this was pre-trial, like, you didn't
Mm.
know what the sentencing was gonna be, but, like,
Yeah,
you
like
didn't
I.
have you the thing is, like, if you expect, like this is where the justice system like, we talked about this.
Mhm.
We talked about this multiple times. If,
Yeah.
like, you do not expect or if the justice system doesn't is a way to mitigate blood feuds and vigilantism.
Hmm.
That's why it exists.
Yes.
It exists in even anarchist societies because they want to mitigate blood feuds and vigilantism
Hmm.
between between different clans and groups and stuff like that. And that's why it exists with like a jury trial with peers and um like you aggregate people together to rule on subjects, you know, and it's just been monopolized by the government instead of being a community effort to have justice
Hmm.
in a sense. But like if because we have this government monopoly on justice, we don't have um outcomes that are based on what would be derived from people. And so, like, yeah, if like the consequence anytime that, like, for example, you like are desecrating a corpse sexually
Mm.
should be that you are exterminated
Yeah.
from society. And then
Especially if it's a, oh, his IQ is too low, he doesn't understand what he did was wrong. Oh, okay. All the more reason to keep him out of general society if he literally cannot know better. That's also something I think you have specifically mentioned previously, that like if
no,
that's the
yeah,
case,
low IQ or mental illness should not be an exonerating factor. It
it
should be
should
an
be an enhancing.
aggravating factor.
It should be a sentence enhancer.
It should be a sentence enhancer.
They're called tard
Like,
crimes.
oh, this completely rational guy um shot his cousin or shot his child's rapist.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Yeah,
that's
justifiable.
that's an exonerating factor right
Hmm.
there. This mentally retarded cannibal like ate a schoolgirl uh
On a subway car.
a- on a subway car. That should not be an exonerating
No,
factor.
you
That
should
should
not
be
go.
like
Oh
a
man, no, sorry. Yeah, you gotta go. Like we're just
let's turn them into biofuel.
exactly at that point. They're compost, dude.
Maybe we could fill in some potholes with
We
their
could. That's right.
biomass.
We could melt them down and use them to fill potholes. That's right. I think somebody came up with that idea across the pond, I believe, recently.
Yeah, good on the British
Good on the
for
British.
finally
Yeah.
innovating
I mean,
in this
it's
sector.
it's eco-friendly. It reduces the overall carbon footprint of the human race, and you're filling holes. Like you win. It's a triple win right there. It's a win-win-win. Speaking though, we were talking about court cases. We
Yeah,
should,
so we were talking about sentencing. Let's move on to bail
yes. So
because
you
we were
were
talking about the Dalton case,
mhm,
right? Or Chud the Builder.
Chud the Builder, and they were comparing it. I believe, at least what I've seen, is like comparing the bill in that case to like Carmelo Anthony, who literally actually did kill somebody and
So
was,
okay,
yeah.
we have somebody scraped the data from the Montgomery
Hmm.
County
Could you zoom in a
courthouse.
little bit?
Oh, is it small?
It's the text is like pixelated out, like it's mostly readable.
You well, can you read the graph or is it the
So like the title looks good. I can read Conway Johnson. There we
is that
go.
better?
Perfect. That's perfect.
Okay. So, we have some various stats from specific cases and then averages from different cases of what bail was required for actual murder cases as
Hmm.
opposed to attempted murders, which is questionably or that also like the case is not known if it's questionably self-defense or something like that, which
Hmm.
we should talk about because we've talked about use of force before.
Yeah.
um Various where
Well, if we're
and
going to
kept
talk
standard
about
fall on
legalities
use
and
of
use,
force.
if we're going to talk about legalities and use of force, give me one sec. I got to get my lighter.
But so as I'm going through this graph here, we have a couple of specific cases where
Oh,
bail was set for infant rape and murder at 100K, murder
infant.
after being
Oh,
rearrested for 125K. In the case of Merriweather, an attempted murder case was set at 252K.
mhm.
A murder average in Montgomery County, if you're charged with murder, your bail is on average set at 348K.
Jeez.
If you are charged with murder, your median bail, if you're aware of the difference between average and median, this is the 50th percentile
Mhm.
as opposed to just being
The average out.
um, the averaged out, is 325K. And Ogburn This was a double murder by a
Felon,
existing felon.
750.
Was $750,000.
Mm.
Conan was another double homicide set at $1 million bail. Um, Belton Eartherly, known as Chud the Builder,
Mhm.
who was caught in some sort of altercation, which
Mhm.
resulted in the shooting of a man. They're charging him with attempted murder, and they're charging him at $1.2 million
Yep.
in bail right there. So based on that, it looks like quite excessive amount of bail.
Absolutely. Especially again, since the individual who he wound up shooting in this alleged self defense scenario uh, also is a violent felon. Like, this is an individual who I believe he was arrested previously for arson and domestic abuse. Let me look this up to be sure.
Well, I mean, it's one thing if they're just arrested for it, but I mean, I thought they were convicted
I
or
thought they were
charged with,
convicted too. Hang on, yeah. Let's see.
because you're technically innocent till proven guilty, right? And
Technically.
I like that standard
Mm.
for the most part, but
Eartherly and another man identified as Joshua Fox got into a confrontation. Okay, Joshua Fox. Joshua Fox. Criminal history. Okay. Joshua Fox's criminal record used to justify Chud the Builder's actions. 31-year-old. Okay. Oh, he suffers from PTSD. Oh. Chud the Builder circulated records of Fox's 2024 arrest in Clarksville for aggravated domestic assault. Local police have not publicly confirmed details of Fox's criminal history. Observer have not noticed any prior record. Does not justify the shooting. Okay, so aggravated domestic assault. Hmm. Case number, this is back in 24. Don't think this is the right guy. No, this guy would not have been born in 78. That's somebody else. It's actually kind of hard to find this right now. Okay, so let's see. 2021, he had a civil divorce, not a problem. 2024, misdemeanor harassment. 24, contempt of court. 24, contempt of court. 25, contempt of presence of court. 25, had an order of protection filed against him. 25, contempt presence of court. 25, contempt presence of course court. 2020, DUI. 2013, reckless driving. 25 and 24, felony aggravated assault. DUI, 24. 24, probation violation. 2013, seatbelt ticket. 2021, reckless endangerment. 21, driving license revoked. 21, open container, speeding. Okay. So, I mean, you have aggravated assault, 2 felonies there, a bunch of misdemeanors, which DUI, reckless driving, it's not necessarily worth killing somebody over. But the aggravated assault is the part where it's like, all right, this dude has a violent history. And from what I have read on the internet, like, this altercation started because this guy got into an argument with Chud, like, online, and spent like an hour trying to track him down on this particular day, and like instigated something with him, which I'm sure Chud, apparently he dropped the N word, which, that is what it is. Um, but I don't know too many more details about what actually happened. Like, it's just said is like Chud the Builder shot this dude. They got into an altercation, and people really do, at least the masses on social media, at least from what I've seen, really do believe. Maybe not everybody believes that Chud was in the wrong, like he's like the one responsible, and that also you can't like start a fight and then pull out a gun and like finish it that way. And it's like, Well, he didn't really, allegedly, he didn't start the physical altercation. He may have not, de escalated the situation. This is another thing that we have talked about as concealed carriers, that you
Yeah.
can't put yourself in a position and refuse to de escalate and also at the same time escalate the issue. Because if you're going to drop the N word and you're not going to try to, well, that's the other thing too. I was going to say, if you're not going to try to retreat, what I have seen from a lot of cases is that while this altercation was going on, Chud does try to disengage. Like he tries to walk away from the guy, which is when the guy attacks him,
Yeah,
supposedly.
I mean, I'd like to see if there's video of it.
Yeah.
I'd like to see what, ballistic shows and stuff like that,
Hmm.
and all that. But, like, here's like, a lot of people misinterpret, like, what fighting words is about.
Hmm.
Because most cities and states have, like, a fighting word statute where, like, you can't, like, pick a fight with somebody and then, like, claim self-defense
Yeah.
after you if they throw the first punch even,
Exactly.
is the
Yeah.
thing.
Like you instigated
Um,
that coming on, you have a responsibility to not do that, especially if you thought that individual might have been dangerous, such to the point
yeah,
that
like
yeah,
like even Marcel talks about this, and he's got a great point. He's like,
yeah,
you and we've talked about this before. You do not have to wait for somebody who's saying, "I'm going to punch you in the face," to actually punch you in the face,
exactly.
to punch them in the face.
Exactly.
Um, so just that's where that comes down. But um yeah, I don't think insulting somebody necessarily comes down as fighting words, uh, in the same respect as saying, like, just, like, threatening somebody as far as, like, "I'm going to fight you, let's
No,
fight."
yeah. Like when it
Like
comes to that sort of thing and it comes to analyzing that sort of speech, especially in legal context, basically what you're looking for is a constructive threat. So if Chud goes, listen, you N word, I'm going to kill you, right? I'm going to punch you, like something like that.
yeah,
Okay, that's a threat of violence. Also being racist while he's doing it. He goes, if he just goes, shut the fuck up, you N word, and then that's that, and then he doesn't actually physically threaten him, and then the other guy, attacks him for it, that's a different situation, especially again if what I saw was correct about that happening and Chud trying to walk away and then getting attacked, which I'm sorry to say, having grown up in a very shitty, overcrowded high school in a very shitty upstate New York City, um, usually when you try to de-escalate and walk away from certain people, that's when they like to walk up and just kind of sucker punch you, usually from behind.
yeah,
Maybe they'll get your attention,
yeah,
wait for you to turn around first. There's so many videos of this happening regardless of who is on the receiving end. It could be a white individual, it could be a black individual, but like it's unfortunately just something that happens. You watch enough live leak videos, you're going to see that.
yeah. I mean, I would say, you know, as a individual, never put yourself in this situation to begin with.
Exactly. Exactly.
And as a society, like, be who you desire to see in the world
Mhm.
is a thing.
Well, I mean,
We're like
Chud clearly desired to see himself as a white man that shoots black people. So
and yeah, that's part of
that's
it
just
where
like,
it's like
monkey's paw.
going out and just like I'm not even gonna call it picking fights. Like we talked about this with Rittenhouse. Like
Mhm,
Rittenhouse went out and was like trying to clean up graffiti, and but he was out there armed, like
mhm,
trying to defend businesses that aren't necessarily his, but across state lines
mhm.
technically. Although he lives like
20 minutes
a
away.
stone's 20 minutes away.
Mhm,
Um is a thing where I would see like, okay, maybe he shouldn't have been there and maybe he was doing something that he didn't need to do,
mhm,
but once you start attacking him, he has the full right of self-defense
mhm,
at that point because he didn't initiate a crime by just existing in that spot.
mhm. Nor did he necessarily initiate a crime by calling somebody a racial epithet. Like, that's not. a crime yet in some places. You also have to ask, like,
Well, Dugan. Let's talk about Dugan
oh shit, that's right. What was it?
because there's another
Taxes?
court case going on right now. No, they
Hang on.
got they're charging him with like basically providing instructions on how to construct a destructive device
That's oh my god, that's right.
because of his
Because
YouTube channel, which is still up. Like anybody can watch
yeah.
it. Dugan Ashley of Carnicon.
Oh,
And
poor guy.
some bomber like apparently watched it or saved one of his videos in his YouTube playlists or something like that about explosives. And yeah, the ATF's charging him with like,
Oh, dude,
you
they
know,
denied his
having
bond.
and they straight up just denied his bond
What
in
the
that case.
fuck?
Yeah.
Ah, some shit.
And like Dugan is a straight up hero. He's got MS.
Yeah.
Like he does not belong in prison for just making a video that probably is just funny and mildly informative about something.
Hmm.
And obviously, the ATF or FBI does not deem harmful enough to delist from the internet, even at this point.
But you'll arrest the guy who makes the video because he's putting out harmful content. That makes sense.
Yeah, and but the judge in denying him bail said that he had engaged in hate speech. And I was I was not aware that was a legal category that existed in the
Yeah,
United States.
I also didn't know that even if it was a legal category, it was something you could use it as an enhancer for this. Like you could
Yeah,
make the argument, no, that's real hard because you couldn't even make terroristic speech stick. Like that just wouldn't. God, wow. Okay. Ah. Look again in Minecraft. Eventually, you push people to a certain point. Judges suddenly are no longer like,
I want somebody who's really good at data at some
hmm,
point, and I hope this happens the next couple weeks or month or so, that they put together a kill count from judges,
yeah,
and it's how many times they've released people on no bail who've gone on to kill somebody. Each of these judges, you can just see the kill count from each of these judges,
like just you just have like the
and
face
then
of like their courtroom
and then
photo,
they'll
like some lady.
deny any bail for like a guy who just makes YouTube videos.
Yeah, if you make YouTube videos, we're denying your bail. But if you stab somebody in the chest at a sporting event, um, you're gonna get 125K out. You're like, yeah, that's your bail. So just come up with 12. What is it? At that point, 10%. You usually got to put up with 10% of your bail. So you just got to come up with that, and you're good. And oh, also here's $3 million in a GoFundMe. And oh, your family spent it all. Oh, that sucks. Oh man. Again, it's anarcho tyranny. Like this is the situation we're currently in right now. It's luxury boomer communism up here is like the top, and the trickle down effect is anarcho tyranny. That's where we're at right now.
Yep, yep.
Oh, other court cases. So there was a big Supreme Court case where they basically took away states' abilities to gerrymander districts based on like the race of certain districts or population density as far as like whites or blacks or Hispanics go, which like wiped out a lot of Democratic districts in the South. And it's a really critical decision to come in during the midterms when like a lot of signs are pointing to like the right or the GOP, excuse me, losing a bunch of seats in the House and possibly losing some Senate seats. I mean, in this case though, this is all of a sudden this is like a huge chunk of just like seats that the Democrats are now losing.
Yeah,
And yeah.
I it actually depends on Republicans actually redistricting
Hmm.
um before the midterm
Which is
or
another court case. The redistricting attempt in Virginia was
yeah, right.
also struck down. So that's especially funny because the response to that I've seen from like Maxine Walters and people like that is that we need to essentially abolish the state Supreme Court in Virginia, which is
Well, they wanted
again,
to lower the retirement age to 53.
yeah, which would essentially would have like wiped out all of the sitting members of the
1 year
court.
younger than all the sitting members.
Yeah, which again, there's
Oh,
this
53 is a total reasonable retirement age.
Of course, yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's people in Congress that are in their 80s, but it's again, there's this pattern. Like every time there's this loss like this, it's instead of like, all right, maybe we should try to do something that might be a little more constitutionally friendly. No, we're just going to further break the system or further twist something to our advantage, even if it completely like, just makes the entire point of what we're arguing for as far as protecting democracy relevant. Like if again, like voting is great until we lose, and then we need to change the system until we can never lose, regardless of who votes how. Like it's not the democracy you think you want. It's what you want is a one party rule that has like arbitrary votes so you can show support and what a good citizen you are and get like a social credit balance for voting for, the incumbent party or the ruling party. If you're going to want to participate in a democracy, which again, we're not exactly the biggest proponents of democracy on this podcast. I don't know if you're aware of that. But if you want democracy and you want to participate in democracy, you do consent to the fact that you might be outvoted. And if you are outvoted, as somebody who has chosen to participate and uphold the values of democracy, you have to abide by how the democratic system works, which in this country means that there is something called judicial review. Now, when a court case comes through and an executive power that the president has been able to do like forever without an issue suddenly gets blocked and it stops Trump from doing something you don't like, that's cool. When judicial review blocks something you try to do on a state level because it is arguably unconstitutional, you can't then turn around and go, all right, well, we just need to rig the court so that all those judges get fired and then we'll have another court case and we'll win. It's just like, if the Republicans did that, like, let's say it's the opposite. Like, this is the redistricting case in Texas, and a state court knocked down Texas's redistricting effort, and then Texas went in and replaced every single judge on the state Supreme Court, and then had a new trial, and then forced through their gerrymandering. I would see meme after meme after meme. This is what fascism looks like. Every day, every hour, every minute. But when you lose, you have absolutely no problem doing that. You're not an upholder of democracy. You are an upholder of something else.
Well, it's just like how many Republican districts are there in New England? Even though 40% of the
none.
population votes that way.
Yeah. Oh, there is one more court case we got to talk about. Did we talk about it all? I'm sure you've maybe seen a couple reports on this, being where you are in proximity to Utah. Heard about the district, that new district that was created in Utah, right in the middle of Salt Lake City.
Oh, yeah.
Did you hear what happened with the judge who decided that case? So the judge that was in charge of that case, who decided, I believe, that court, whatever the GOP in the state wanted to do to try to block that, the judge was like, no, and allowed it to go forward. And in essence, her legal ruling caused the creation of a new district in Utah, which is purportedly going to go blue because it's right in the middle of Salt Lake City, and it's literally like a 55 to 45 split there. Like Salt Lake City is where all the leftists in Utah live. Otherwise, they are outnumbered.
If you could just draw a district around all the universities.
Literally, that's almost exactly what they did. But like in Utah, the leftists are outnumbered in every election by the tune of hundreds of thousands of votes. But I'm going to look this up real quick because I want to make sure I'm getting my facts right. Utah judge resigned. There it is. Okay, so Utah Supreme Court Justice Diana Hagan resigned on May 8th, 2026, amid pressure from Republican state lawmakers regarding an alleged inappropriate relationship with an attorney involved in the state's prominent redistricting case. So specifically, the attorney responsible for arguing on behalf of, I believe, the plaintiffs in this case, who were suing to bring forth this district and make it go through and pass and do all of this and create the district. This attorney and this judge were fucking at the time of the court case. And her decision in this court case directly led to the results of this district being created. So now there's a good chance they're going to go back and look at this court case. And if her decision is the only thing truly keeping this district alive, it's not, it's done.
The inability of attorneys and judges to disclose and recuse themselves when
Yeah.
they are fucking or like have a financial interest in a court case is undefeatable. But yeah, it's interesting. I don't know if we'll get there though before the midterms where the Republicans can mitigate how much they've dropped in the polls across the general pop
Yeah.
on like an at-large level, because like um that's the other part of like Massey losing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like the Republicans just seem to really want to brand themselves as we are the Israel-Iran war party
Yeah.
right now. Like
And our primary,
that's the hill they want to fucking die on.
well,
And
unfortunately, in this case, like, I'm not saying it worked in the sense that it's a good thing, but it got their target audience. White old boomers who watch mainstream cable news were significantly swayed by propaganda and voted out Massey in his primary.
which I will say Massey was like hands down by a factor of 10 the
Mm-hmm.
best congressman in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
don't think there was a better one.
I would say that this is what my concern is. My concern is that Massey is not going to follow through on his promises to release pertinent information to the Epstein case. That's my concern.
He might just not have it.
He might, which means, okay, he
The
was
thing is, like,
bluffing.
he's in a committee and he just doesn't have. Well, here's the thing. I'm not familiar with that like threat that he would make. I
Yeah.
thought he was just like, I thought he was saying like, if I'm getting voted out, like I'm gonna do everything I can to release anything else that I can.
So let me
Um,
find a news article for this that is summarized by fucking AI. So I believe on February 9th this year, Massey threatened to read redacted names from unredacted Jeffrey Epstein files on the House floor, partnering with Representatives Ro Khanna to force the Department of Justice to release the documents. The two lawmakers reviewed the records themselves. Massey stated he would read the names on the House floor, which would protect them from defamation lawsuits under the Constitution's speech or debate clause. He made this ultimatum to pressure the DOJ into making the records public rather than redacting them. And I also think he did like make an X post about this. Let's see if I can find it. Okay. No, okay. No tweet that I can find. Well, that was the other criteria too, is if he does it on the House floor, he can't be sued for defamation or anything like that. So if he's gonna do it, he has a 7-month window to do it, essentially.
okay, okay.
Which that's the thing is like he said, if there's a wall, like if it's just not going to happen, then he said he would do this. So again, it was pressure from him and another senator to force the DOJ to be more forthcoming with the Epstein files, which of course they have not. I saw plenty of posts of people keeping track of the number of days past the deadline for disclosure of certain things. involving the Epstein files, which so far, shocker, they have not disclosed the information. That's my concern, though, is it's going to be like, I guess I'm just so jaded from listening to like everybody talk big and never follow through in any fashion that he's going to spend 7 months like, making like strong tweets and like semi-strong arguments on the House floor and then not follow through and then go, oh, sorry, my hands are tied. I don't have that protection anymore.
Here's the thing: if foreign nations are gonna drop $32 million in our political primaries,
Yeah.
then I need everybody to just take a moment and say, like, maybe we can't vote our way out of this.
Yeah,
Then
that's the thing. Like if people like Massey can't get shit done, and there's very few people like him, and he comes along once in a while, and now who knows how we're ever going to get it done. Why do you think we're going to vote this way out of it? And somebody in the chat actually made an interesting comment. It was St. Luck the Laughter. Everybody wants democracy until they're in the less than 49%, which is exactly what you do see every single election, midterms or major elections every 4 years, from both sides when they lose. In 2020, the argument was, okay, the election was rigged, the Democrats stole the election. I see the exact same thing from the left 2024 on, and also back in 2016 when they were arguing Russian interference in the election caused the election of Donald Trump. And then this time, it's not as strong, but they were definitely trying to claim that there was interference or that he cheated somehow. You also have those states that were pledging their electoral votes to whoever wins the popular vote nationally, which is another thing I think is probably going to get challenged at some point, because the electoral college is the whole reason certain states agreed to like participate in this form of government we have. And the fact that they are not overruled by a popular vote is the only thing keeping them in the union. Without that, they're going to go, all right, well, clearly this contract is null and void if this is how we're going to operate. But we're also, I'm sure we're going to see this sooner rather than later, where a state that, had a Democratic swing enacted this law where their electoral votes go towards the winner of the national vote, where we have a national election, presidency, where a Republican wins both the Electoral College and the national vote again. And in spite of this state possibly going for the Democratic candidate, its Electoral College votes are going to go to the GOP candidate, and they are going to throw a fit over it. I can absolutely see that for the Democratic race. They just, selected somebody, and that was...
he got the memo.
He got the memo, yeah. Fall in line.
Biden's running another time, which, by the way, like, it's hilarious to me. Like, you see pictures of Biden nowadays, and it's like, oh, he's on some enrichment activity from the senior center.
Exactly.
Like, this guy was supposed to be president. And
he's
for
like
another 4 years.
He's like in a golf cart somewhere with ice cream, just living his best life. Not a care in the world. Like, he was supposed to be president, but he's not. He's got a Secret Service detail. He doesn't worry about shit or fuck. He's just chilling there with vanilla cone.
There was multiple times after he got pressured to drop out, basically, right?
Mm-hmm.
And reporters were like, didn't you misspeak when you said, like, vote for Trump or something to, like, that?
Yeah, because
he's like, I didn't.
Yeah, he did. And he literally wore a Trump 2024 hat. Like, he went and they swapped hats and he puts it on, and it's like, everyone was just like, oh, he was just being, funny and stuff. And it's just like, okay, so either he's too stupid to realize the error in publicity of him wearing a Trump hat at this critical moment in time, or he knows exactly what that looks like and did it anyway on purpose because he was pissed about being forced to drop out of the race.
Here's the thing, he can be simultaneously, like, senile enough to, like, be a worrying presence in the White House, but also be, like, together enough. Like, this is the thing about, like, people with late, stage, like, I don't know, Alzheimer's or senility or whatever,
old disease,
or like mid stage senility or whatever, is that, like, he's also together enough to, like, be like, hey, I'm being handled right now, and this is the only way to exercise my autonomy is
Yeah.
to be like, you know what, fuck you
Fuck it,
guys.
Trump hat. Also, here's the thing. I think there were two moments of like supreme Biden lucidity. First, my second place goes to him saying, vote for Trump. Oh, did you really need to
Biden
say that? I did.
Lucidity, the new album from Queensryche dropping.
Yes, Biden's lucidity. It's enough. So again, it was the Trump hat and the vote for Trump thing possibly being taken out of context. No, it wasn't. I actually said that. That's number two. Number one, the most lucid moment. Again, this man being the product of like back then was his executive order to ban Newport cigarettes, specifically, menthol cigarettes. That was number one Biden lucidity moment. He snapped out of it. And you remember that time Condoleezza Rice wouldn't hang out with him, and he's just like, "Oh, that bitch! I'm gonna show you."
When he was working at the pool
Yeah,
in Maryland, and all the all the people who were bullying him and pulling out chains and threatening to beat him in the back of the parking lot. He's
yeah.
like, all I smelt was
All I
menthols
smelt
at
was
this
menthol.
moment.
I never want to smell that again. That was it. And I would say, what would number three be? I think number three would be like the photo of him where he's looking at the quantum computer and he's like, because I feel like anybody looking at a quantum computer up close would also be like, without really knowing what you're looking at, because they're pretty freaky looking.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Is there anything else we wanted to cover? The Trump went to China. That's what we should
Yeah.
cover. But
China.
China. But
Yeah, that was the whole title of the episode. We
that
never
was,
got to
oh
it.
my god, which we're an hour and 45 in. Oh fuck. Well,
Let's take 2 minutes to talk about China.
all right.
They agreed to buy our slop from
Mhm.
our horrible agricultural system.
I saw that.
Monoculture factory farms. So Chinese obesity will skyrocket in the next year or two, I guess.
They're buying our ethane. They're buying our slop. Now, if we can just start transporting mass quantities of Africans and Indians to their shores, they'll finally be a Western nation.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the search bar.
There's so many little things
Um,
we could talk about. There's the fact that, like, when Trump and Z were sitting next to each other in those chairs, they gave Z a chair that was, like, slightly larger than Trump's and also slightly taller. And they were also like, there are people on the internet right now that are looking like all of the waiters and maitresses that were walking around, and there's this one woman who's like, she's like attractive in a red dress. She's like a concierge or something like that, and they found like her personnel file for the People's Liberation Army.
which, first of all, how does the PLR or the PLA
Mhm.
like? Why would you have your like operatives like have dossiers that are just like available to the West that like we could easily look up?
Mhm.
Like somebody's had PLA membership.
There's another
It's just
Chinese
the same.
topic.
It's like the mayor, right?
Yeah, I was literally just about to say the LA mayor that got caught being a Chinese agent and like on the Chinese payroll. But hang on. But yeah, it's like they were going around and like literally the word amongst everybody who was visiting and like on the ground in China was like every single person you are talking to is a spy. Every single one. Every
Yep.
single one. Trained intelligence officer or spy. Okay, here it is.
So,
I found it. One sec.
oh yeah.
It's an Instagram video. Hopefully this translates. Can we make this bigger? No, we can't. Of course not. That's okay. Okay, so yeah, you have this woman here, and she's like observing all of the Americans. Let me restart this because at the beginning of the video, I think it's not Hezgef. Who's the bald guy? Who's like a major? member of the
Stephen
Trump.
Miller?
Miller, that guy right there. Did you see him?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Miller.
yeah. Okay, so she's
Yeah.
right behind him. But yeah, every waiter is a trained intelligence officer or spy.
the like wince at
Yeah,
what somebody said.
she's like, ugh. And she's just all around the place. There is one shot somewhere of like this lady's like personnel file. I'm hoping it's at the end. And if there's audio here, I don't really care to hear it. There's the man himself waiting for his McDonald's later.
Yeah, right. Like he's not eating any of that
No,
delicious dim sum.
just like I can't believe
That's the
I
thing.
can't.
Like you're not gonna indulge in some like awesome
Yeah, okay,
like
that's not
state funded Chinese food. So China's gonna purchase 17 billion per year of agricultural products from the US. Um it restored market access for US beef. Um and poultry. So guess what? All of our food is going to get even more expensive because
great.
now we're also selling it to China.
Great.
China will address U.S. concerns regarding supply chain shortages related to rare earths and other critical minerals, including yttrium,
And
maybe
Yinzium.
I should say, yttrium, scandium, neodymium, and indium.
Indium.
China will address U.S. concerns regarding prohibitions or restrictions on the sale of rare earth products, processing equipment, and technology. Didn't Utah have like a giant rare earths discovery
I
in
believe
the
so.
last couple
Hang
of
on.
weeks, anyways?
Utah
But
Rare Earth. Utah-based
China also
company announced it
approved.
is an 16 critical minerals and rare earth elements in ion adsorption clay at their Silicon Ridge site in the Lake Mountains, Utah County, just west of Utah. Fuck, man, that's like 30 minutes from me. Ah, shit. Ah, that feeling when
They're
they
gonna
fuck.
build that data center, and then they're gonna have a rare earths mine,
Oh my god, I
and
live
the
there
Mormons are gonna build a mech factory
and
and
get
then
their super
conquer the
suits.
rest. Um, China also approved a purchase of 200 Boeing aircraft for Chinese airlines.
Okay then.
See, this is one of the few things like I am constantly bemoaning the lack of the ability of America to build stuff anymore. Like we can't rebuild bridges. Like the bridge in Baltimore is still
Yeah, it's still
fucking
not rebuilt.
broken.
The Francis Scott Key.
Um, we can't build bridges. We can't build buildings. You can't build houses for millennials. The one of the few things we can actually build that nobody else seemingly can build is passenger airliners,
Yeah.
international passenger airliners, like actual, like okay, it's us in France. Like Airbus can build
I was about
like
to say
international
Airbus is like the
airliners,
only other one I can think of.
and Boeing, but Boeing's like on the fence about how safe they are.
Yeah.
Um,
It's like, ah.
but like for real, like only the U.S. and France can build a passenger jet that can go across the Pacific Ocean, and like that's a mild like little white pill for us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
You'd hope that Boeing can get their shit together. They
Mm.
just like literally Boeing is what happened to Boeing is what happened to Red Lobster. They got
Yeah.
bought out by private equity,
Mm-hmm.
and engineers were no longer in charge of like quality control, and they were just like, "Oh, how much can we cut costs and still do the thing that we want to do,
I
or still make money?"
I have a feeling that's what happened to my company, or at least the parent company that owns the business I work
Yeah.
for. I'm really looking forward to being able to talk about that at length in the future. I'm hoping maybe sometime at the end of July. We'll see.
Yeah. Oh, good.
We'll
Good.
see.
Yeah.
Like I still got to
Keep your
find
head up.
something. Yeah. No, I am.
Keep keep your nose out on the
Mhm.
wind,
Of
sniffing
course,
around.
my big Semitic nose keep my nose in the wind of the jewelry world. It smells like 12 months deferred interest financing. Ooh, what's that? Ooh, 60 months deferred interest with a minimum $10,000 per. Ooh, yeah, that's good. Oh yeah. All right.
It's like a car payment.
That
Okay,
is a car
anyways.
payment. Yeah, don't get me started. Don't get me started, dude. Don't. I can't. I say any more, the cat's out. Is there anything else we want to cover?
Oh, I think that's good,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. And I don't know about you, but I definitely will be available next week, assuming the world doesn't end. It'll be after Memorial Day.
Yeah, so we'll have a full week to recover from um Massey, or we'll find out if Massey's running for president,
True.
or starting a podcast. Those are the only two options that are
At
happening.
this point,
Honestly, both could happen simultaneously.
I could see that the first podcast to
He could
President
start a
Thomas Massey.
podcast and be running for president.
Could you imagine?
But we'll find out
We'll
by
find out.
next Wednesday.
Absolutely, yeah. And ladies and gentlemen, as always, thank you for joining us. Thank you for putting up with our delay and our absence last week. Again, 'tis the season. We're gonna have stuff going on. We got lives. So occasionally we're gonna be here as much as we can, but occasionally stuff happens. We hope you have a very safe weekend. We hope you have a very safe Memorial Day on Monday. I will be going to one of the largest barbecues I plan on attending all year. I go every year to my friends, and hopefully we'll have staffing figured out, and I'll have the day off, which will be nice because I'm off tomorrow, and then I'll be off Sunday, Monday. And the local fire department is having, like, usually every Memorial Day, a lot of fire departments do shit, obviously. But they're having like a pancake breakfast, and my friend who's hosting the get together that night is a volunteer firefighter, and he's invited me and like everybody. So I'm hoping to be able to go to that because that would be cool. I could literally walk to it from where I live. But I hope you guys have lots of fun things to do over Memorial Day. I hope nothing weird happens. If it does happen and it happens to be exciting, I hope it's a good exciting, not a bad exciting. I don't want to live in unprecedented times anymore. I don't know about you guys, but here on the Anti Happening podcast, we do not want things to happen, but they do. And we're usually right about it. So, Max, closing remarks, anything you want to say?
Safe travels.
Mm-hmm.
Keep your head on a swivel. We didn't even talk about like the mosque shooting and shit like
Oh,
that.
shit, I
Like,
forgot about that. Yeah, I mean, there's more
yeah,
stuff is
we
going
don't
to come
know a
out about
lot.
that. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know a lot right now, but like we'll find out stuff.
We'll find out stuff.
It's gonna follow Ann Coulter's rule, which is the longer it takes to release information about the shooter, the more inconvenient the information is.
Exactly.
But yeah, anyways, just keep your head on swivel.
Mm-hmm.
Travel safely.
Mm-hmm.
Love everyone around you.
Mm-hmm. De-escalate if possible.
De-escalate and just
Yeah.
be universally good to each other.
Absolutely. And of course, if you're not into the whole memorial for military things, which, whatever your political persuasion is, use this as a day to remember anybody we've lost. Not just members of the military, could be first responders, not cops, EMTs, dispatchers, could be just friends and family who aren't here anymore to spend time with us and come on the podcast and talk about spiritual things or anybody else. So, ladies and gentlemen, we hope you stay safe out there. We hope you have a good weekend. And as always, taxation is theft.